Chasta and Baby Huey, 107.7 The Bone. So excited to talk yet again with, now I'm going to call you a friend, Danny, because it's been twice we've been able to chat with you in the last couple months. The brilliant composer, musician, spooky, spectacular, extraordinaire, Mr. Danny Elfman. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Great to see you again. I will tell you, it's Halloween. I'm dressed as Morticia, and I'm talking to Danny Elfman like my dark heart is exploding right now. So excited. Of course. Well, we got to chat with you a couple months ago, did a deep dive, kind of a career retrospective for a good long while. So today is really more focused on the fact that you're about to come see us. You've got these two awesome shows, one at Hollywood Bowl and then, of course, at the Shoreline with us on Sunday. So we wanted to make sure everybody knows so we can talk about that. But are you getting amped up?
Oh, yeah, totally. As we speak, actually, I'm in Monterrey, Mexico, where I'm performing tonight.
Oh,
in
wow.
front of, like, the city of Monterrey.
Oh, that's incredible. It's funny that you said that because that was kind of our number one question is what does an icon like you do for Halloween? Like you're the king. You and Tim Burton, to me, are the kings of Halloween. So I guess this is how you celebrate.
Yeah, I'm on stage doing Nightmare Before Christmas in Monterrey, Mexico.
That's incredible. And do you do anything? Do you have enough time to do anything in Mexico for Day of the Dead? Because that's a bucket list for me.
No, I mean, literally, it's just been...
Zooming.
Yeah, rehearsing, doing the show tonight, and I'm zooming out tomorrow because obviously I have to be back ready to go Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So Saturday, Hollywood Bowl, and Sunday with me and Baby Huey.
Yes. just for us too, and all of our listeners out there. But yeah, super excited.
The show's just for you two.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
Aw, so kind of you.
Awesome.
Little show. No one else is invited.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My dreams have come true.
But yes, we encourage everyone, check out Danny Elfman. He's bringing us from Boingo to Batman to Big Mess and beyond to Shoreline this Sunday. Get your last minute tickets over at Ticketmaster.com. So Danny, I do have to admit to you, I finally saw Beetlejuice this past Tuesday night. Finally had a chance to see it. Incredible movie, so much fun. Just what a great sequel to the original one. Chasta and I were talking earlier. She wanted my personal review.
Yes.
I love just like the practical effects used again. Michael Keaton obviously stole the show. One thing though, I personally geeked out at the beginning, the opening credits. I saw your name on the big screen, said music by, score by Danny Elfman. So for you, I'm guessing maybe at the premiere or whatnot, like, do you still get like goosebumps or what, like your reaction when you see your name on the big screen?
It's weird because it's been about 110, 120 times now.
Yeah.
And so it's not the same reaction as the first dozen times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I'm still excited. It's when I hear my music, I'm excited. So,
yeah.
That's the part that thrills me. So, sometimes with movies now, your name is until the end of the movie. And so you wait till the end and there's an end credit piece. And I'm always disappointed if my name is there and it's over a song. Sometimes they close the film with a song. So I love the fact that they went old school with front credits.
Yes.
Like they did.
It was a nod to the first film, I feel. Yeah. I was beyond excited. I have to admit to you, this is pretty funny. I was so thrilled about seeing Beetlejuice because that was my favorite movie as a child. And the first one was like cheeky and like not really that scary. And so I have an 8-year-old and I didn't even think about looking at the ratings, which of course is PG-13. So we go and all is well, right? We're so excited. He's got his popcorn. We sit down. A couple scenes in, my husband and I were like, oh, crap. And my son looked at me and he goes, was this a good idea? And I'm like, oh, my God. And I kept asking him because, there's some wild effects. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone. But I kept asking him if he was okay, starting out with the staple gun. His eyes, I swear to God, Danny, were this big. And I kept asking him, I'm like, you good? Do you want to go? And he's like, no, I'm fine. But yeah, so anyway, it was pretty funny. He was scared. I think he was having so much fun, but he was definitely scared a couple of times. But I will say this, it was such a moment for me to be able to watch that with him and see his reaction.
I'm so glad. And I think it's okay being scared just a couple of times.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Exactly. There were just a few moments where he was like, whoa. But it was funny when we talked to you the first time back, I think it was in August,
Yeah.
right? It was right before it came out. And we had talked to you on the air live for like 5 or so minutes. And then we went straight from there onto YouTube and did a long form. And so we just talked about Beetlejuice on the air. So then we didn't re-bring it up during the interview. And we got hate comments. And people were like, how do you not talk to Danny Elfman about Beetlejuice? We're like, but we just did. So let's dive into it. You know, from the original to this one, like what changed for you, or what was your process because you're revisiting such an iconic score that you did?
Well, I mean, first off, I just was so delighted because, you know, all the early films I did with Tim, I was so sad when I finished writing the score because it's like, I'll never be able to write this music again.
Yeah.
Except for Batman, which I got to do another one, and I was so happy about that. But, you know, Edward Scissorhands and Nightmare and Beetlejuice and Pee-wee, you know, I really only got to do that music once.
Yeah.
And so to be able to do it like 33 years, how many years has it been? I don't even know, is insane. And it was so much fun to jump into that playground, because that's what it is for me. It's a musical playground. And it's like being led into one of your favorite playgrounds from your childhood, and you get to go back in and play with your favorite kind of games and toys again.
Yeah.
So it was really fun because no one's ever done anything like this. You know, after 10 years, if a movie has a sequel, it's not a sequel, it's a reboot. And in
Right.
a reboot, it's generally going to be a different cast, it's going to be different music, different everything. So to do an actual sequel like this, it's unheard of. And I'm just so happy that I had the opportunity to do it and dive into it again and do those main titles and that main theme again. And, you know, just, it was so much fun.
How do you prepare for that, though? Do you go back and rewatch the first movie and just refamiliar yourself with, you know, your original score? And then I'm also curious, the process when Tim says, "Hey, you know, score this scene, this scene." Is it like already been filmed or shot, or is it like he gives you photos or
Yeah.
drawings? I'm like kind of curious. How do you know what you're working with to write the music for?
Well, generally speaking, Tim has a thing that we've done for almost all our films where he brings me onto the set when they're about halfway through shooting. And on the set, you know, I'll watch for a day or two, watch them shooting. It was really fun. Got to, you know, see Michael and it was just great. And then, you know, the editor will show me maybe a couple of scenes that they've pieced together. But I don't really start writing until there's a director's cut, meaning it's a first cut. It's not finished. It's not completely edited, but it's close to it. And I didn't have to even go back and watch the first. You know, I know the music so well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, especially because, you know, I performed it suite from it many times with the Elfman Burton kind of concerts that we've taken around the world.
Right.
And so I didn't have to really relearn it. I knew it right from the first frames. I knew already what I was going to do, and, you know, where I could have a little more fun with it, being in a pipe organ. You know, it's really all stuff that I would have done on the first one, given the opportunity. But on the first one, it was down and dirty. I mean, it was fast, had only a couple of days to record it. And, you know, I was still just learning how to put things together and barely hanging on by the skin of my teeth.
Wow.
And this time I could just like enjoy it and go, oh, you know, what can I do that would be fun? Now I have time to kind of mess with it. And it was just like a real special treat.
Yeah. You and Tim, the way you work, does he give you any direction at all, or does he just go, it's your sandbox, Danny, just go for it?
Oh, no, he definitely has opinions. Oh,
If
for
I were
sure.
you, I would trust you 100%. I'd just be like, your creative magic, go.
No, that's not Tim. I mean,
Wow.
yes, to a certain degree, but he's still, you know, he has to like really be involved with everything. He's that kind of director, you know, that every part of it, the visuals and the music and the editing and the effects, you know, he's going to be involved with everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would send him stuff and he would send me notes, and, you know, generally it would be kind of small stuff. It'd be like, oh, you know, for this section here, can you do something a little like more this or more that, or, you know, get a little bigger or get a little smaller, you know, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like totally like, no, scrap it, start again. It's just more like tweaking it to his, you know,
His vision.
His vision. Yes, exactly.
Well, you have worked with him so much. In fact, I think I got duped maybe this week on Facebook. Or maybe I didn't, and this is breaking news, and I hope it is. Dead Man's Party, Tim Burton, new film coming out in 2025. I don't know if you can see that. Is that real? What happened? Do you know how many hundreds of people sent this to me?
I have no idea.
There's a whole movie poster. It says Danny Elfman and Tim Burton, Dead Man's Party. Can we make that happen, please? Can I put in a request?
Yeah, I think I think that's a pipe dream from somebody, you know. That,
yeah. I swear it wasn't me.
Also, you got to remember that, you know, I've heard secondhand about various Tim Burton projects for years that weren't real.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And, even Beetlejuice, you know, has really been floating around for a while. I saw Michael Keaton a decade ago at a function, and he says, "So, Danny, we're doing Beetlejuice again, huh?" And I'm like, "Are we?" You know, I'd heard the same rumor, and then it didn't happen. I guess it's not happening, and then suddenly it did.
Wow.
So, you know, it's a world that I never know what to make of it. To me, it's not real until it's real. So when I hear about a future project or something, I take it always with a grain of salt.
That's fair. I get that. Well, we want to talk about something that's very real, which is your brand new song that you released 12 hours ago, I think, at this point, which we will be playing tomorrow night on Bone Breakers, which is our cool specialty show here on The Bone, new music. And it's Monkeys on the Loose, and it is a trip. It's a great song, but the video is like, whoa.
I know.
Tell us about this.
Well, okay, so when we were doing A Sick New World a couple months ago, I wanted to put, you know, one or two new songs. I've been working on a lot of new songs. We're going to start recording a new album soon, really, like now. And I wanted to work in a new song. And my manager, Laura, was like, impossible, impossible, impossible. We don't have time. We don't have time to learn it. And I go, trust me, it's a real simple song. The band can learn it in really quick. And then she said, but we have no visual. We have no visual. There's no time. And I said, actually, I do, because I secretly went out and made a video with this artist named Joe Pascal that I've worked with before. And I didn't even tell anybody. I just did it on the sly. So I said, as a matter of fact, I do have a video to put on for this song.
That is,
visually.
I love it. Evil
and
genius.
She was like, darn it.
Fooled again.
Fooled again. So I kind of made it for Sick New World. And only a week ago, I was working with this producer, Nick Laney, and he was working on a kind of a concept for Monkeys on the Loose that he wanted to do. And we were like, why don't we release this next week for Halloween? I go, is that possible? And it was so, I mean, you know, because the band is so good. We just went into one of our rehearsals for the BBB&B show, is what I call it.
Right.
And we just recorded at the end of the rehearsal. We just did it. And Joe kind of tweaked the video. And we did the whole thing in like, 48 hours and got it ready. And it was just kind of like, in this day and age, you can do that. And it's great that you could just like put stuff together really quickly. And, it's not like the old days where you were like 6 months in advance and it took so much planning. I mean, you still can and do, but you could also just be crazy and do stuff on the fly. And that's exactly what we did.
I'm also getting the impression you work really well under pressure. Like you're talking about doing the Beetlejuice score in a matter of no time at all and then doing something like this. Well done. As soon as we heard it, it's got a real metal industrial
heavy.
Yeah, I love it. It's super cool.
Thank you. But, every film composer, if you can't work really well under pressure, you don't last.
Right. I would imagine.
Almost every single movie is a pressure cooker. Yeah. And sometimes it's an actual, you feel like you're in World War I in the trenches, dodging like, shrapnel coming from everywhere. It's really can get very intense, especially on a show with a tight schedule and a tight budget, and they're behind schedule, which is only about 90% of the film. And so, you get just used to working in a pressure cooker. And honestly, I think I kind of probably need that. I think that's why I took to it. And I think that's probably the same for all successful film composers, is you find that you do work well with a, intense pressure around you.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have a deadline, I'd still be working on Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Well, there is a scientific phenomenon about you will fill the space that you have as a creator time, and you'll just keep tweaking things.
Oh,
so
I will keep tweaking forever. And when I've got a film score, I'm music. How much can I write in a day? And I'm just trying to make sure that I can actually pull it off in time. And it's very, very disciplined. It's very, very unlike everything I'd ever been used to. It's almost like the opposite of rock and roll in a weird way.
Sure. That's so wild.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of tweaking, I'm curious how much tweaking is done with the set list for this Sunday show at Shoreline. So for anyone who hasn't seen it before, just curious, like, how many songs can we expect? And, like, what's the ratio from your career, your body of work? Like, how much Oingo Boingo stuff versus all the soundtracks?
Well,
the score?
it's a concept I came up with for Coachella. And that was a shorter set. It was only an hour. So now it's, an hour 45, but it's the same concept, which is 1/3, pretty much equally thirds. 1/3 old songs from, from the day, Oingo Boingo. 1/3 new stuff, including a new Monkeys on the Loose and a brand new song that will be a world premiere. And 1/3 film music suites. And we have a full orchestra and choir on stage with us. So it's a crazy show. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have come up with a more difficult show to tour on the planet. I think it's 65 or 70 people on stage.
Oh my God, that's insane. Yeah, I saw it a couple of years ago when you played at Frost Amphitheater at Stanford, and it was incredible. And I have to tell you, Danny, my mom, she lives in Oklahoma, and she raised me to be the Halloween lover that I am. And so she always flies out here for Halloween. But whenever she found that you were coming here this weekend, she canceled her flight and booked a new one so that she could stay, so we could all as a family go and see you on Sunday.
Oh, I hope she's not disappointed, because, it is very much a rock show.
Oh, no, she's a rocker. Oh, trust me. You're good.
Okay.
My mom is 74 and she has purple hair. So we're fine. We're good.
That sounds perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so
all right.
long as, she brings some earplugs.
Oh, yes, I will. I'll have earplugs for the whole family.
It's
real
a
quick
crazy,
before.
crazy show.
Oh,
it's all mixed up in a way that is just makes no sense at all.
Which is why we love you. That's why it works. All right, real quick before we let you go, because it's Halloween, have to ask two simple questions. Favorite movie, favorite candy? Favorite scary movie, I should say.
Oh my God.
I know it's tough.
Movie. If I'm just gonna pick one out of my head, I'll just say The Shining. It's always been a favorite movie for me.
Sure.
And but I've got a dozen. If you ask me in 3 minutes, I'll tell you a different movie.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But The Shining that's solid.
Favorite candy, oh, wow. I'm thinking to my past, because, I've been off of sugar for about 12 years now.
Good for you. That's great.
So,
I try.
I look at candy and I just kind of like, I still like an old-fashioned candy bar with almonds. I love nuts.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So like a nutty chocolate bar. Like, what is the classic?
Snickers.
Like a Baby Ruth or a Snickers.
Yeah, exactly. Something
Okay.
Almond Joy, even.
Almond Joy. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's a classic.
That was a classic favorite of mine.
Fantastic. Well, we are beyond thrilled to see you. So it's Sunday at the Shoreline. Danny
way,
Elfman. Yes.
I should say, I'm singing my dog Yuki a very sad song about why Halloween is her least favorite holiday, and it has to do with chocolate. So you got to go on to Instagram to check that out.
Oh my God. Well, yes, chocolate will kill her.
Exactly, and I'm trying to explain this to her in a song.
You posted that on Instagram today?
I did.
Okay.
I love it. That's fantastic. Well, we've got from Boingo to Batman to Big Mess and beyond. Man, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Danny Elfman, we'll see you at the Shoreline on Sunday.
It's going to be crazy.
We are.
Seeing you.
Yes, awesome. We are thrilled. Ticketmaster.com for everyone. Go grab your tickets. There are only a few left, and we will see you. And happy Halloween,
Make sure
Danny
to introduce
Elfman.
me to your mom, okay?
I would love
Yes.
to. I would love to. Yes, if we're allowed, we would love to say hello.
You are allowed. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, wonderful. Happy Halloween, Danny
Happy
Elfman.
Halloween.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.